He's in. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Masters of the Retroverse. We have a special guest this week. One of my longtime podcasts and friends. Mr. Kris, right in. Kris with a K. Well, we were going to go ahead and start the show. We were going to talk about some other stuff while we were waiting for you. So,
okay.
It's all good, man. How you doing, buddy? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been forever, dude.
Yeah. Hey, your audio sounds great, too.
Yeah, I was tripping out. I got a new interface, so I was like, whoa, I got to make sure everything's set up here. And then, like, instead of taking me into the call, and I was like, but I don't have it set to my, I was going to use my laptop microphone and shit.
Oh, yeah. Your video is very, very mysterious. You look very mysterious in your video.
Oh, I have to keep it to that side. The only angle I got here of all the synthesizers.
Is that your good side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are. So I didn't set it up to be seen. I just threw up my mic stand real quick because I've been trying to get everything routed out here. I got a new interface.
That's all good, man.
I have everything plugged in, so I don't have to plug and unplug crap anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You are Mr. Synthesizer, which I want to talk to you too about. I still want you to do an intro for our show.
Oh yeah, dude.
I want to revamp the intro
for the Norwegian circuit. Now they got an '80s pack for it. That's all sounds from like Game Boys and NES and Sega Master System.
Oh, that'd be cool. Even if we had something like a almost like a Stranger Things sound, something like that. Just something super 80s, 90s, that'd be badass. Right. Yeah. So we've got Kris, like I said, he's a part of the Graavy Age podcast. Kris with a K and Kris with a C. We have Kris with a K here with us, or as Guy Kane calls you, a lesbian Kris.
Yeah.
But no, man, I've known you for shit. We've known each other for a few years now. We kind of run all the same podcast circles, and you've been on my previous show, Axology. You've been on there a few times, and we've hung out. It's cool, but I've never had a chance to sit down and talk comics with you, man. I mean, you are we're kind of keeping up with the whole comics and superhero theme this week. So last week we had my alley. Man. Guy on there. Yeah, Cody, he's a smart dude, but I'm sure you could probably give him a run for the money because I know that you're extremely knowledgeable when it comes to comics and stuff, and I got a lot of stuff to talk about. No, you're good. I can hear you. So we got Scott and Austin watching on Facebook. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining us. So what's up, David? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man.
I'm being quiet, just paying attention in the back right now.
Yeah. So before we kick off with the whole comic stuff, me and my son went to a couple of the toy stores that I've never been to here local in St. Louis, and I got some goodies, man. I'm pretty excited. I wanted to show you guys.
All right, what'd you get?
I got the Cyclops.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I had that when I was a kid, dude.
Yeah. So X-Suit Cyclops. This is so what I was doing. I'm trying to finish up the first series of the Toy Biz lines. When they came out in '91, they released 6 figures. It was Cyclops. What was it? Cyclops, Colossus, and Magneto. It was
Storm and Nightcrawler, or
it was 5. It was Apocalypse, Archangel, Colossus, Juggernaut, Magneto. Yeah, and so I got the Cyclops today. I got the Apocalypse today.
Oh, nice.
Sweet. Still in good shape, excellent condition, and I also picked up the Juggernaut. So.
Oh yeah, once you move it, you can't stop.
I know.
Moving, can't stop.
Those go along with. I've had these for a while, but the Archangel, and this is the White Wing variant. I'm actually bidding on the Gray Wing variant on eBay right now, so we'll see how that goes. And then the ever famous Magneto with his magnetic space parts that attach to his arms, and he's got little magnets on his arms and on his chest. so the pieces kind of
The
stick to him.
Cyclops was the best though because he lights up, dude. His visor.
He does. He lights up, and so I've got the. They put out 2 play sets for like the first series. One is the Wolverine weapon or the Wolverine Danger Room, and I've got that one. The other one, which I want to get next, is the Cyclops Danger Room, because it's got a thing that he stands on, and then there's a button on the stand on the back of it that when you push it, it lights him up, and you turn the stand different ways. Like you like aim it at like a wall and you hit the button and it knocks down the wall. So it's like his blast knocks down the wall, you know. They've got 4 or 5 different little things in there. So that's what I'm going to look for next once I get this complete. So the only thing that I need now to complete the original first series is the Colossus. But then there's 2 different variants of the Colossus. There's the red boots, and then there's the red and yellow boots, which the red and yellow boots was the original. There's also 2. What's that?
Go ahead. I was going to say, was the second wave then where you got like Storm and Nightcrawler?
The second wave was, I can tell you, because I keep a list of all this crap because I'm a nerd like that. Yeah, the second wave was Nightcrawler, Storm, and Wolverine. I mean, they were still part of Series 1, but it was like the second ones to be released. And then there's also a different variant of the Cyclops too, where he's wearing his traditional X-Men, the red and or the or yellow and blue suit.
Yellow. Oh
yeah. Because this was the flight suit or whatever, wasn't it? The green or the blue and white.
That was his first X Factor costume.
X Factor, that's what it was. Yeah.
And then he had that same costume, but without the thing covering his hair for a while.
Oh yeah. So. Man, I've really been since last weekend, dude. Talking to Cody, I've been going back and I re-downloaded the Comixology app, and I've been doing a lot of reading, man, and it's been great, man. I'm absolutely loving it.
Yeah, dude. Every so often, I don't know, Marvel will like do a huge sale on Amazon, and you can get stuff for like half the price or a third the price that it is on Comixology. Even though technically they're the same company. But you'll get these things where it's 500 pages of comics for like $3, dude.
Oh my god! Well, what I've been looking at is the Masterworks. Yeah, the Masterworks is what I've been reading. And on Comixology, if you pay the monthly subscription fee, which I'm doing like the 30-day free trial for now just to see, you can actually like borrow comics. There's certain comics that you can quote unquote borrow, then they're basically free. So. The giant size X-Men, the one that Cody was talking about last week. I read that one. That was the first one that I read on there. And then it's kind of cool because on the app it'll tell you what the next book in the series is, and you can download it or buy it or whatever it is. But I skipped that one and I went straight to issue, I think 129, trying to read more on the Phoenix Saga. So that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm on issue like 132 or 133, which is neat because right now the issues that I'm reading are the ones where they're going back and it's the first introduction to Kitty Pryde. Where
I think that kind of sucks about the movies is you got to take like a year and a half, 2 years of story and make it into like a 2-hour movie. Yeah, you end up losing like tons of stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot, man. Like right now they're dealing with the Emma Frost, that whole deal, where with the Hellfire Club, that's kind of where I'm at right now in the book. They just, I don't know if they killed her off, but Emma and Phoenix just had their kind of big blowout, and I'm on to the next issue now, where I guess they're going back and they're trying to find what's his name, Wingrade or whatever the hell his name is.
Wingard, yeah. Mastermind.
Yeah. So
see, they're gonna have to cut like so much of that stuff like super short, which I guess would be better than they tried doing it in X3 or whatever, where they're like, well, guess we're gonna do this Phoenix thing too.
Yeah, they did kind of they did kind of touch on that a little bit, but I don't think they're. I don't know how.
Just barely.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do that story justice, though.
Yeah, but they're pretty good about taking the right beats they need to. Because even like Days of Future Past and what was the other one? X-Men Apocalypse. They touch on the points, but it's like you really got to cut down a lot of stuff, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Your audio is a little crackly, dude.
Yeah, I was trying to say something.
Yeah, I lost you guys there for a minute.
Connection or
Could be,
it might be your connection.
Crap.
Yeah, because it's pretty crackly. You sound like a robot. That's all right.
I don't know. Well, I can try to disconnect it and then reconnect it with you guys or something. I don't know.
That's fine. Whatever you want to do, man. It doesn't matter. What's your thoughts on this, David? You sound like you were
on what, the comics. I'm just sitting back and learning right now. Like this is foreign to me, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, it was to me too, man. Until I really started getting into these storylines, and man, I'm really loving it. Like, you know, like Scott or Cody was right. You know, you can go in and you can kind of start wherever you want, because I actually once I read that number one, which is really weird, and Kris can probably explain this. So number one is actually not really number one. It goes number one, and then it goes to issue 190. No, issue
what?
One something. Yeah, it
like
goes
90.
like issue one something, right? 99 or something.
Well, it goes from like a giant size X-Men issue back to the regular X-Men comic.
Okay.
Like Cody was saying, it was just doing reprints for a while there. Just reprinting the X-Men books. And then they did the giant size issue, and then they kicked off the whole new team. So.
Okay. Yeah. Which that was really cool, man. Getting to see all the characters and how they came to be in the X-Men. You know, like Nightcrawler and Sunfire and Thunderbird and
dude, people would freak out these days if like
even Wolverine
X-Men did that with their team. You know, like had that issue come out in the days of like Twitter, people would have been freaking out, dude.
Why is that?
Because they would have been like, "Oh, look, they're trying to make this team all like global, and there's like a black woman and a Native American dude and an Asian guy," and people would be like, "Look, I'm trying to, you know, cater to the social justice warriors or whatever." But really, they're just trying to sell the books in other countries. You know, they're like, "Well, we can get distributors in Asia if we have an Asian character." You know,
right? Yeah, you got Germany. You got Nightcrawler from Germany. You got Colossus from Russia. Yeah, you got Aurora. Which I always thought was Aurora, but it's Aurora. Oh, I can't fucking say it. Aurora. Yeah. I call her Storm. So we'll just leave it at Storm. It's too fucking hard to say.
Damn it. It's called Aurora.
It's Aurora.
Aurora.
They speak English in St. Louis, right?
Yeah, they do. We say wash instead of wash, though. Yeah.
So did my dad. He said wash.
Mm-hmm.
He said wash. Like we're from Washington. Like,
yeah, you're from Washington.
Silly.
Yeah.
Fucking silly.
We are silly. So yeah, man. So it's been good, dude. So like I think once I get done with this, I'm gonna go back to the sequential order from that number one, the giant size one, because I thought that when I saw that it was the Phoenix Saga, I thought it was going to be like the backstory of the Phoenix, but she's already been the Phoenix. But I think this is where she becomes the Dark Phoenix, because I actually read the last comic of that saga first, where she goes up against what was her name? Professor X's girlfriend,
Lilandra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, where they're saying that she needs to die because of what happened and whatever. Because I guess at one point she became the Dark Phoenix. So I haven't really even seen the Dark Phoenix, but I read that. But now I'm going back and reading that. Then once I get done with that, I'm going to go back and continue on, because I want to see how she becomes.
Yeah, she kills like a whole planet, dude.
yeah, and that's I'm hoping that they bring that to the movie, because that would be really cool. Like she didn't just kill a planet, like she killed a star, right? Like she took the energy.
Yeah, she killed a star, but it had like occupied planets around it.
Yeah,
so everybody
like 5 billion people or something like that. So
yeah,
I mean, essentially, it was like the whole Death Star thing, you know?
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's crazy. That's crazy that she's at that level. You know, from what somebody who hasn't read the comics or whatnot, like to see her at that level is pretty amazing. Because the last thing I saw, she was on a bridge. She freaks out and kills everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's more like she's still telekinetic, but there's some fire around too, and they're like, no, you don't get into how powerful she really is, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
star destroying powerful, like that's crazy. And they're
that's crazy.
they got, you know,
Yeah,
kind of big trouble editorial for that because they were like, well, you can't have her kill a whole planet and not go away unpunished, you know.
really. So that's why they did that.
Yeah. So
Really?
then they had to do the trial of the Phoenix and all that, and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, but they're
That
like,
was
you
really
can't-
cool
you can't
seeing
be showing-
the conflict. That was a really cool issue, man. Seeing the conflict between all the other, you know, newly invited X-Men, like even Scott. I mean, he Cyclops. He was really torn because he's like, you know, she killed an entire planet. You know, she killed 5 billion people on this planet. You know, but I love her, and you know, everybody else, like Storm and Colossus, you know, they were kind of along those lines where they were getting ready to just kind of throw her under the bus and say fuck it, because you know she killed all these people. How can I trust her? How can I I be her friend and trust her? And it was really cool, you know. But no spoilers, but you know, at the end they come together because, you know, they're like, well, she's family, she's not the Dark Phoenix, even though that's something that's inside of her. You know, it was pretty cool, man. It was touching.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy stuff. It's like they always say X-Men are like soap opera comics, and it's like it puts the opera in the soap opera, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does, man. It really does. And it's
X-Men
really
space
cool.
X-Men stories are like the best X-Men stories. So I hope the new movie, you know, spends some time in space.
Yeah. If you're into comics, or even if you're not and you want to learn a lot about comics, a lot of the shit's going to be like way over your head, but check out the Graavy Age podcast, because these two guys, the two Krises on the show, I mean, they're fantastic at what they do.